Sex Criminals number 8. So a couple of things happen in this issue. We get Susie and John splitting up. Susie goes to her doctor, I guess, to get observed, and she ends up asking her doctor out. His name's Robert Rainbow, who actually turns out to be childhood friends with John. So we find out that John is kind of in a bad state. He ends up... Well, actually, before we get to that, I will talk about Robert Rainbow. We do get a flashback to his childhood where his parents were doing some, like, role play stuff. And he saw it, and he's traumatized by that. So, again, going back to John, we see that he is seeing his therapist, and he's not getting really good help from him. So he actually runs to this guy in a food court who convinces him to see him going forward. So that's interesting to see that. And then the end of the issue ends with Rachel, Robert, John, and Susie all hanging out together, going out, I guess, to dinner. And as they're going to dinner, they notice that the library that Susie works at is actually being torn down by none other than the people that work for the sex police. So that's kind of where our story ends. Very interesting ending there. And obviously the introduction of Robert Rainbow into the story here. I don't know how much he's going to be in terms of a role here, but really interesting to see his kind of perspective on stuff as well. And I thought this was a really good issue. Again, just further developing the characters. Still getting that fourth wall breaking stuff by Susie. So really cool to see that still. But yeah, I love this issue. Art by Zdarsky, on point as always. So on to the next issue.